can achieve the level of safety that WM wants for the company and its employees. All right? Zero tolerance, remember that. Core value and zero tolerance. All right, so we're going to go over our final October numbers for safety. We always start with injuries. We did end up with the same number of total injuries as October of last year, so we kind of flatted there. We did have one more since last week, so a driver experienced shortness of breath and pain in the chest during work hours. So what's the most important thing that we do anytime that you have any sort of injury while on the job? Exactly right. We report that right away. All right, we report that right away. We don't wait. We report it right then and there to a manager, to a supervisor. All right, ops liabilities. We definitely got some opportunity to improve here. 14 total for this month. Only 5. Keep forgetting to change that to October. I apologize for that. 5 for October of last year. So we almost tripled it. We did have 3 more since last week when we went over this. One of them, a helper placed a can upside down on the ground in a residential area and the lid of the can broke. How do we prevent that from happening? Yeah, stand it upright, be gentle, just be aware. How trivial it might sound, this is people's personal property and they're very protective of their personal property. All right, so we want to do everything we can to put it back just like we found it. Driver went to turn left and cut the corner too sharp, running over a customer's lawn, causing damage to their grass. How do you think this happened? Let me rephrase that. How can we prevent this from happening? Okay, so let's think anytime we're turning left, anytime we're turning period, left or right, what should we be doing? Make a wide turn, scan. What else? What are you doing as we're turning? Yeah, looking at your mirrors, looking at that back tire. Why are you looking at that back tire? Yeah. Make sure we're not running over something. So let's say we get to an area where, let's just use this instance for example. There might be cars on the other side of the street to where we can't make that wide left turn. Is it just, hey, we got to make that left turn? It is what it is, cost of doing business, or what do we do?
Go back to the road. Make the right turn, go down, turn around.
There you go. Yeah, if you in this situation there was a right turn available. So yeah, find an alternate way. Don't just drive over, because our trucks are very heavy and this did cause damage to this person's lawn. And then lastly, driver was servicing, customer struck the mailbox, causing the mailbox to snap in half. We've talked about these a lot in the past. How can we prevent this? Somebody from over here. Getting a lot of participation over here. What about somebody over here? How do we prevent from hitting a mailbox? Drive in the middle of the road, okay, but listen, obviously we got to be on the side servicing customers. Stay 2 feet away. What are some of our safety principles? Have a look. Say it again, Jacob. Okay, can might be too close to the mailbox, get out and move it. What's one of our very first steps anytime we get somewhere? Florida. What are we doing? There we go, scan it. What are we scanning for? Everything, but especially those fixed objects. Exactly right. We gotta identify our obstacles. All right, it kind of goes right into this one. We ended up flattening on vehicle accidents too. We have one the last day of the month. We have 4 vehicle accidents, same as October of last year. So this last one right here, driver was going straight on around the side swipe a parked, unoccupied vehicle. How do we prevent this? Plan, yeah, we got to identify those obstacles. Obviously, this driver saw the vehicle, or he would have ran straight into it. But what if we identify that obstacle? What must we do after that? Come on, guys. There's a box up here. Let's get some participation. We got a car. We're servicing a pile right here. There's a car. We got to go around the car to service the other pile. We sideswipe that car.
You got to follow it all the way through. And when you go through it,
No truck for that.
you got to follow it all the way through.
Exactly right. Yeah. So we scan it, right? We identify it, but then we got to maintain sight of that. All right. This was obviously in a residential neighborhood. All right, two-way street. What potentially could that have been instead of that parked car? Person, a child. Are we having a different conversation if this was a child instead of this parked car? Definitely are. That's the mindset that we need to have. We need to, oh, it's just a mailbox. Oh, it's just a parked car. Nobody was hurt. But it's just a matter of luck. What if there was a child that ran out and jumped on the other side of that car as our truck was going around and trying to get close to our car to see our big truck? We're trying to get close to our truck. If we lost sight of that car, we definitely wouldn't have seen that child. All right? That's the mindset we have to have. We can't have that mindset, oh, it's just a mailbox, it's just a car, it's just a garbage can. Those inanimate objects can easily turn into something way more serious. All right, so confined space. I kind of jumped ahead there. Kind of gave the answer real quick. So who can tell me what a confined space is? Small space. And what are some of the properties of a confined space? What makes it a confined space? Waddle over on the side. What makes a confined space a confined space? What do you say? Back of the hopper. So what makes that a confined space? Limited space. It's tight. What else? Excellent, Jacob. One way in, one way out. Everybody hear that? So limited entries and exits. And what else? Think about us. Think about people. Think about the back of that hopper. Is that made for people? All right, so these are kind of the properties of a confined space. Large enough to enter. Has limited ways to enter and exit, like J. Cole said. It is not designed for human occupancy. All right? Mike keeps cutting up. All right, so here's our trucks. Mr. Turner already said the hopper. Everybody agree that's a confined space? What are some other confined spaces on our trucks? Behind the blade, I heard that. What else? What is it? Cab of the truck. Is that a confined space? Go back to our criteria. Is it large enough to enter? Yeah? Limited ways to enter and exit? Maybe, but there's multiple ways, but maybe. But the last one. Is the cab designed for human occupancy?
Mine ain't.
Yeah, so while it might have some of the criteria, it doesn't fit all three. What else? Where else? We got hopper, we got behind the blade. What about that? What about this? This truck, yeah, bucket. Is that a confined space? Why? Yeah, exactly right. It goes back. It fits all three of these criteria. Mainly, it is not designed for human occupancy. All right, and obviously, behind the blade there. What about this? What about what this truck's doing? Where else on our truck is a confined space? The biggest confined space on our truck. Body. Yeah, the body. We want to get inside that body? No, remember it fits that criteria, right? Large enough to enter, limited entry and exit, and it is not designed for human occupancy. All right, so we know we got to go into a confined space on our trucks. We should be doing it every day. Where's that? One step ahead of it. Behind the blade. All right, and anytime we got to get behind the blade, what do we need to do? Lock out, tag out. Lock out, tag out. Right? Why? Safety, yes. You're in a confined space. What are we locking out? There you go. You're controlling that energy. Locking the truck out, controlling that energy. All right. 2,000 points. Tell me what life critical rule this is.
I'll make it 20.
Chris is bumping it to 20,000 points. If anybody can tell me what number and what the life critical rule is. 9 is incorrect. All right, Jennifer, you said 4.
Be prepared for this.
What's the rule? Can you recite the rule? All right. Andrew. All right, we got number 4. Always comply with hazardous energy control program lockout tagout procedures. Do we split that, Chris?
I'll give it to both of them.
All right, we'll give it to both of you. Yeah, why is this a life critical rule?
People have died.
People have died. People have died. That's why we have these life critical rules. All right, so why the hell am I wearing a box?
That's a good question.
All right, so let's talk about it. Is this a confined space? All right, why is this a confined space? Exactly right. Large enough to enter. Obviously, I'm in it. Limited entries. Not designed for human occupancy, even though I think I'm rocking it pretty good. What do y'all think? No, nah. All right, that's all I have for you guys. Appreciate you. Let's go have a good, safe day. Go ahead and log into on your fuse. Get ready to start your pre-trip when you get in your truck.